The Influencer's Edge is brought to you by the Rapid Sales Accelerator. If you're ready to skyrocket your sales by 30% or more in just 90 days, then you need to claim your free training right now. You'll learn 4 words that will compel your prospects to trust you like they were children within the first 3 to 5 minutes of any conversation across any platform and any medium. You'll learn how to give your prospects objection amnesia, to crush objections like, I need to talk to my spouse, or I need more time to think it over, or it's too expensive. If you'd like to claim your free training now, go to www.paulrossbook.com. Do it before your competition does it now. Welcome to the Influencer's Edge. This is the place where you come to get the latest breakthroughs, cutting-edge insights, tools, and techniques to leapfrog over the pack in sales, persuasion, and influence. Be sure you visit our website at www.theinfluencersedge.com. And while you're there, subscribe to us via your favorite network. Now sit back, tune in, and enjoy today's episode. Welcome back to the Influencer's Edge. And color outside the lines and disconnect the dots here on the Influencer's Edge. My internet connection is unstable, as am I, so we're going to do our very best. So Lynn, I'm going to do your short, snappy bio, because bios typically are just a lot of yabber. So here we go. Are you ready? I'm ready. Lynn Whitbeck is the queen of sales. Oh, I bow to you, queen. Business owners and entrepreneurs hire Lynn. Oops. I'm so sorry. Business owners and entrepreneurs hire Lynn?
They do hire me. Yes, they do. They hire me to ignite winning sales because most fail to connect, capture, and close their ideal clients.
Cool. You're the founder and CEO of Petite to Queen. Petite. Are you a petite human?
I'm the queen. I'm the queen-sized human, but my team, they're all petite.
Okay. All right. So I want to talk about this concept. You talk a lot about worthy intent, and we are chopping up here. My apologies. What do you mean by worthy intent? Why is it important in a sales process? And how is it important to establish really fast rapport?
Well, first of all, I'd say worthy intent is important for any relationship and for your life. Worthy intent in sales specifically means that you genuinely desire to help and serve and create massive impact. So it is not about a notch in your belt. It's not about closing the sale. It's not about a number. It's about another human being who you can make a difference, that you can help them. You can help their business. You can help their team. You can help their community. Maybe you can help them sell their amazing product or service to their audience, their clients. So worthy intent is really something that comes from within. And it's just so genuine that you can tell that someone is interested in you, in your business, and they care. They give a darn. I mean, I would use another word, but you give a darn.
Oh, no. We swear in this show. You say give a damn, give a shit, give a fuck. We don't care on this show. We're not a family-friendly show. We right? So let's get past that barrier. Okay. So that's something that a lot of people say to be authentic and to present your worthy intent, but no one gives a methodology. It's like saying learn from your mistakes, but no one says how to do it. So if you can unpack some of the key elements of how do you show your worthy intent without saying, hey, I'm here to help you. You need to trust me because I'm totally on your side. What are the ways of conveying it? What are the subtle ways of doing it? And what are the big, grand, obvious, overt ways to do it?
Well, and first of all, worthy intent isn't necessarily the same as, it's definitely not the same as being your authentic self. So they are two different things. But when you are demonstrating your worthy intent, you are being your authentic self. You're showing up as who you are. And You're not trying to pretend to be somebody else. You're not putting on any kind of an act. This is who I am. And you are very comfortable and confident in who you are. So where the intent, when you're demonstrating it, it means you're going to listen more than you talk. You're going to ask questions. When they give a response, you're going to thoroughly listen. And then you may end up saying, tell me more. I'm curious about this. Help me understand. You're going to pull out more information from them because it's not about you. It's about them, and really connecting with them on that human to human level and letting them express what's happening, what's going on. And this is not only in business and in sales, but it could be a personal experience, not interrupting, letting them finish their thoughts. When you ask a question, just pausing, letting them formulate their thoughts so they can respond, not just totally say, okay, wait, there's dead air. That's okay. It means they're thinking about it, right? And let them pull that out. Now, these are also really good sales techniques, because to be a good salesperson, you need to be a detective. Whether you're wearing a rumpled coat or you're a mouse and the great mouse detective, you are pulling out the information that you need to see if you're going to be a good fit for your client,
Exactly.
and if they're going to be a good fit for you.
I like this idea of being a sales detective. That would be a great title for a book, Sales Detective. I like that metaphor. I want to know, I like to dive into the psychology of I almost said clients in a sense. I want to delve into the psychology of how you came up with this. What drove you to take this approach? Did you try an initial approach, hard sell, or how did you find this out? How did you discover it? Was it suddenly, or did you develop it over time?
Well, I think it started when I was a Girl Scout and selling cookies, because I loved those cookies. I loved the organization. I loved my troop. And this was a way that I got to help and serve the organization, of course. And I was giving this great product to the customers, who bought the cookies. But it's also part of that core belief system that I have. And I got that from my parents, that we are here to be good neighbors, to be kind, to help and serve others. And that doesn't mean that we don't take care of ourselves and try to get ahead, but it's a balanced equation. And at the end of the day, there's this question: can I sleep at night with a clear conscience? Right. And so if you can't sleep at night with a clear conscience, then something's wrong. And sometimes in sales, it's because the organization you work for, they really aren't fulfilling on the promise of the product or service that they're delivering to their client. Okay, so maybe the product's great, but they do a cruddy job of how they get it out there, or they drop the ball on things. It could be that the organization is great, but the product is flaky, So if those are happening, then you need to find another, something's got to be fixed, because you really can't stay there and sell with worthy intent, because there's a lie. There's a lie in there about either the organization isn't going to stand behind what they're doing, right, or the product will fail. And so that has to come together, and just the way it does in those cookies.
Lynn, I'm going to push back a little bit here, because I like pushing back. I know what my audience is thinking, right? Some of them are thinking, wait a minute, this whole authentic self stuff, we don't have just one self. There are sides to us that are mean, nasty. There are sides of us that may think this client's a load of bullshit, or the client. There's an old thing in real estate: sellers are yellers and buyers are liars. I don't necessarily, you're laughing at that. I don't know if you've heard it before. So just as another example, if a cop pulls me over, my authentic self, if he's giving me attitude, my authentic self is to want to give him a finger. I don't, because I know I'm going to get sprayed in the face or clubbed or whatever. So what would you say to someone who says, yeah, my authentic self is never comfortable asking for the sale, asking for the close. I'm really comfortable with the rest of it, but I get nervous. Should I just stay nervous or take on some confidence building techniques, maybe go to a hypnotist? What, do you understand where I'm pushing back?
No,
What happens?
of course. It's a very common thing that people really struggle with sales. They don't like asking for the sale. And so here's the thing, that there's a mindset piece that you have to work on yourself. It's not necessarily confidence, but there's something inside of you where you don't think you're worthy, or there's something going on where you're afraid to ask. I mean, because if you don't ask in life, you don't get. Okay, it's that simple. So you've got to get past that. And that's if you're asking your partner to take out the garbage. If you don't ask, you won't get, right? So I want everyone to rethink about that. And so one of the things that you have to do is really work in as what's going on, because if you truly help and serve your clients, you can see them the before and after and what an impact that's made. Then my gosh, you are giving them a gift. And that is amazing. And if you are not asking for the sale, you're doing a disservice to them because you're not helping them. And you help them when they hire you so that you can take them on this journey, whatever it is. You know, back in the day when I sold printing, now printing is not world peace, right? It's not rocket science, but I could take one thing, Paul, I could take one thing off your plate that you never had to think about again until it was delivered perfectly. And you know what? That's a gift because that was off your plate. You never had to think about it. And so sales is truly how we serve, and it's a gift. And when you approach it that way, it's really joyful.
You know, that's a really good reframe, because if you view one of the things, and this is, I don't want to introduce a conversation about what I teach, all of that, or the rest of that, because this show's about you and it's always about the guest. But one of the things I teach is that a lot of people don't believe they deserve what it is you're selling. And if you can help them past that, then you are giving them a gift. When you can show them a better way of doing things and an option they never even knew existed and lead them to step into owning it, that's a gift. And I totally agree with what you're saying from a slightly different angle, coming at it from a different angle, that if you view what you're doing as giving a gift, it's very hard to feel afraid of rejection or to feel scared, because what's the worst that can happen if you give someone a gift?
Yeah. Well, maybe they don't want it and they return it. That's okay.
They want it, or they return it, or they re-gift it.
Yeah.
And if they re-gift it,
yes, so what? I mean,
if they re-gift it, if they re-gift it, it's called a referral.
Yeah, there you go.
Way cool. Let me ask some of the questions that are here on this thing. How does embracing your authentic self help forge new connections? I think we talked about this. Okay. Where does curiosity and interest intersect when building trust? Aren't curiosity and interest the same thing?
Well, no, because you and I could have a shared interest in cooking, and maybe we both love exploring new cuisines and doing all that. Well, that's an interest. But curiosity means that I'm going to be curious about something. You may love bowling. I know a little bit about bowling, but I'm curious to learn more about it. And I'm curious to find out your perspective, why you like it so much, what makes it special. And so one way that you can intersect these is a favorite question that I ask after I first met someone is, if you could be anywhere else, Paul, where would you be? What would you be doing? And who would you be with? So when I do that, you get to
I can't answer that. I can't answer that politely. And
okay,
I'm turning red.
But it's the curiosity, right? So you're finding out, and then you might find where there's interests that intersect. Like you're wearing your cat shirt. I mean, I love cats. So therefore, yeah, cats and money. So, I might start talking about cats. Like last night after I finished my workday, I walked into my bedroom to discover cat barf on the floor. Ugh! So, that's a common interest, right?
Yeah. Yeah, that happens. one of my cats is a notorious barfer, and the younger cat is the younger cat is learning from her older sister the fine art of upchucking. Lynn, how can people stay in the conversation with you? I know they're going to want to learn more. What's the best way to stay in the conversation with you?
Well, you can go to our website at petitetoqueen.com. I have got so many sales resources. And if you want to find out like what maybe there's a missing step in your sales, something it's just not consistently working, you can download our sales checklist, our sales strategy checklist, and that's going to get you on the track and sort of figure out, okay, oh, I'm not doing this. That's why I'm not closing more sales.
Cool. All right. Thank you, Lynn, for being my guest on the show. Stay on with me after we go off the air because I want to chat with you a little bit more. Once again, a great episode of the Influencer's Edge. Stay tuned for the next one because you never know when we spin that wheel of guest fortunes, who's going to come up. We'll catch you on the other side, folks. The Influencer's Edge is brought to you by the Rapid Sales Accelerator. If you're ready to skyrocket your sales by 30% or more in just 90 days, then you need to claim your free training right now. You'll learn 4 words that will compel your prospects to trust you like they were children within the first 3 to 5 minutes of any conversation across any platform and any medium. You'll learn how to give your prospects objection amnesia, to crush objections like, I need to talk to my spouse, or I need more time to think it over, or it's too expensive. If you'd like to claim your free training now, go to www.paulrossbook.com. Do it before your competition does it now. Thank you for tuning in to the Influencer's Edge, where you get the latest breakthroughs, cutting-edge insights, tools, and techniques so you can leapfrog over the pack in sales, influence, and persuasion. Remember to visit our website at www.theinfluencersedge.com to enjoy even more great episodes like this one. We look forward to seeing you again on the Influencer's Edge Show.